Here, first and foremost, thank you for checking us out on the Fanatic YouTube channel. Make sure you're liking, subscribing. We got a lot of great content on here for you. I'm Connor Thomas with Ricky Bowe, and Dallas Goedert is remaining a Philadelphia Eagle. That's the big news of the day, and he cuts down from $14 million in cash for this coming year to $10 million in cash with a $1 million incentive. So, little discount. The question we're going to be asking.
A
lot of discount.
I'm surprised.
Well, we don't know what the cap hit is yet, so we will see how that plays out.
Well, I'm not even talking about the cap hit. If you're Dallas Goedert, that's a confusing thing to take. Maybe he thinks this is one more year the Eagles could win a Super Bowl, which is what we're thinking.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just like, well, I'll just get one more ring, and you know what? I'll make it back in appearances at some point, so you'll be paid.
Yeah, right? Buy those Dallas Goedert autographs, especially if the Eagles win another one. Yeah, we brought this up when we were talking about what could happen and how he'd need to take a bit of a cut to come back. And does he do that? Well, he did. And what does that say about what the Eagles are building culture-wise? The guys are wanting to come back and play here. And also a question for people today on the afternoon show is going to be, with the Goedert move, are the Eagles now roster set to fight for a repeat? Are they good? If we transported this to opening night, Thursday night, Lincoln Financial Field, do you feel comfortable this team is good enough?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Do I think the defense is as good as they were last year? There's question marks about that. We're not going to know that until opening night, to be completely honest with you. But when you look at it, this team is young on defense, but they were young on defense last year, and they got the job done. They had some big losses in free agency. I still think the defense is going to hold up. And as a matter of fact, who knows? With younger guys, you might end up being better. We saw what Quinyon Mitchell did last year, and you saw what Cooper DeJean did last year. If that happens again, I mean, you got Makuba here. I mean, these are little things that could happen that could make this team even better defensively. And offensively, I think the only question marks you have offensively right now is, are they going to be a passing team or are they going to be a Saquon team again? Yeah. And I think what they're going to do is try to balance it as much as they possibly can. But I still think Saquon goes for 1,800 yards again.
I mean, we'd love that. I don't see 2,000. And if they want to cut back, if they're having success winning games, the more they can get Saquon off his feet, the better. But there are other levels to this Goedert conversation. Does this draft that the Eagles just went through now make a lot more sense? Does it look even better today? I think it's got to be a better look at the NFL draft by the Birds, because we were all curious, why didn't they go tight end? Maybe they knew they had something in the works with Goedert.
There's a very good chance. Howie doesn't say jack. So, I mean, you never know what's going on. So what do we do as media? We surmise. Oh, we know how he's doing. He's looking. He's checking other teams. Maybe they did check other teams. Maybe Dallas Goedert had taken a cut. How about for this reason? To show that he could stay healthy for a full year.
Maybe that's it. Bigger payday down the road. Push it one more. Feel good in that offense. He's not asked to do that much. We'll look into a lot of that, as well as what the offseason looks like in general. Of course, it's not just going to be the Dallas Goedert conversation. The Phillies had a nice win last night. Couple of big-time performances by guys. Schwarber, Bohm, Castellanos, all go yard. It's Bohm's first of the year. But we're going to talk about who our MVP of the Phillies season is so far, because my pick is a guy that's got to get paid this offseason by the team. The Phillies cannot let Kyle Schwarber go. Are you with me?
I am 100% with you. I think he is the most exciting player on the team. As a matter of fact, you remember back 2008, 2009, they used to always say, got to get in my seat before Ryan Howard comes up because he's must watch at bat. Right now, Kyle Schwarber is the must watch. I mean, this guy hits bombs left and right. He never disappoints either. You're talking about a guy who hits 40 bombs a year, and he does it like very generally. It's just boom, it's over, it's done with. That's what I love about him is that he'll hit the home run, he runs in, and he's watching the rest of the game. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to do backflips around the bases, but he busts his ass, and he is my. I mean, I never do. He's my favorite player on that team.
Wow. Okay, that's a hell of a recommendation.
He has been for a couple of years
from Ricky Bottalico.
And by the way, if they were listening yesterday, if you were listening yesterday, you would have had a hell of a parlay, a 2-home run parlay yesterday.
The most valuable segment we have, Ricky Bottalico is on a red-hot heater with predicting Phillies home runs. We're going to do that again for Game 2. But, so Ricky says he wants Kyle back. I say I want Kyle back. It's a done deal, right? Sign the papers. Not that
Not
simple.
that fast.
Every home run he hits, that's more dollars in his pocket.
It-
And the Phillies already checked out for an extension.
Let me ask you something. Yeah, they already checked, and that was in spring training. And Kyle said, "All right, we're done. We'll just move on and
Yeah,
see what happens later on." He may want to stay.
yeah.
I mean, he's made a lot of money in his career. You got to understand this. When the players have already made a lot of money, where are you comfortable? Where is your family comfortable? Although Kyle's played in a lot of good places. He's played in Boston, Chicago. I mean, he's one of those guys that has been around to some big cities, and he understands the game of movement.
Yeah,
So
also, he
that-
already has a ring, so he
Right.
may not be as implicated to ring chase here in Philadelphia. But the thing with him is we're going to have to set today the parameters of what we're comfortable with as Ricky holds up the 4 fingers.
40 a year.
40 a year. Oh, I thought you were saying 4 years.
No. I would probably go 3 years, 120 with him. I think you're in that type of situation because look at Zach Wheeler right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Kyle Schwarber is looking and going, I'm worth more than him right now?
Is he?
I do more.
He hits, doesn't field.
Well, he does. He played left field last week, and he was fantastic.
He was good enough.
He was
Fantastic, maybe a step.
He's got a 420 on base percentage.
He's a great hitter.
420.
And I want
By the
him
way,
here
have
for
you
the long
seen Aaron
time.
Judge's numbers?
Oh my God, he's unbelievable.
You might want to take a look at those. By the way, if you're at home on a computer, go ahead. Just look up Aaron Judge's numbers. They are ridiculous.
I'll tell you, he doesn't have more home runs than Kyle Schwarber.
No, he
Kyle
doesn't.
Schwarber is tied for the Major League lead in home runs. So we're going to talk about that. And the other big takeaways from the Phillies game last night. Wheeler was great. Offense was great. Kind of a weird bullpen move at the end.
Kerkering.
A lot of stuff. Kerkering was a step in the right
We're
direction.
going to talk about that move in the going into the bottom of the 8th inning. But I'm going to tell you right now, I did not disagree with it.
The Kerkering one?
Yeah.
Because I'm talking more about the Matt Strahm one.
Oh, okay.
And I know that Dylan McKinnon, who is behind the camera, was not happy with the Matt Strahm decision.
All right.
We're just going to take a look at it as the series goes on and as they're in the midst of a 6-game road trip. But the Phillies are kind of, are they cruising right now? Are they on autopilot? Everything's good?
I think they finally found their little happy medium where they kind of get to. I will say this much. I know down in Tampa, I know it's hot down there. I know the ball flies in that ballpark. And you saw it yesterday. And I'll go as far as saying the home run that the Rays hit off of Wheeler, the 2-run home run to right center, ball was not hit that well. And it took off. And if you notice, the ball must have been carrying big time to right center and right field because Alec Boehm kind of hit a pop-up down to right. That goes out. And then Casty hit that ball.
Casty's was going a lot of places.
Casty's hit that ball. That probably gets in the second or third row at Citizens Bank Park. But I'm just saying, you know what? You know what that does? It grows confidence.
It does, and the Phillies could absolutely take that. We've got a couple of additional topics, as we always do. You're going to the Truist tomorrow, so we're going to get Ricky's look at what you should be watching if you're going. It's going to be packed out by people from the Philadelphia area at the Philadelphia Cricket Club Wissahickon course. So we'll ask you about that at the 5 o'clock hour, and we have some awesome guests as well. Dave Zangaro is going to join us at 3:25 for the full breakdown of the Dallas Goedert contract restructure. Jason Stark,
the Hall of Famer.
He's going to join us at 4:25 for a look in on the Phillies.
Yeah.
He thinks Alec Boehm is heating up a little bit.
He thinks he may be heating up a little bit.
So you're not going to want to miss that at all. But mainly today, it is the reaction to the Dallas Goedert news and the conversation about Kyle Schwarber and what his future is in Philadelphia. And a little bit more on that Kyle Schwarber
You
thing.
didn't go with his future. Do you think he stays or goes?
Oh, I think he goes.
Wow, that's not
think he
good.
goes.
By the way, that's not good.
I know it's not.
What if he goes to the Mets?
And that would not be good. Here's the reason I think
He hasn't been in New York yet.
Because I don't know how committed the Phillies are to a major contract to a guy over the age of 32. And I think that people are going to pay out the rear end for Kyle Schwarber this year. John Middleton, if he wants his slugger back, is going to have to pay a premium.
Don't forget there's another one too. JT Realmuto.
Yep.
Which let's mix him in a little bit.
There's a third
because that to me is an interesting thing because you don't have a catcher.
No, you don't.
I know there's one in the
Eduardo
lower minors.
Tate is like 20 years old. He's not ready.
Lower minors. That's not going to get the job done. Is JT the answer though?
And Castellanos goes into a contract year next year.
Yep.
He's been pretty damn good to start this year, too. He's hitting in the high 280s. This team's good, so it's not a bad thing, but we have to start looking
Makes
at
you feel better, doesn't it?
It certainly does. We've reached
2 weeks
cruising
ago,
altitude.
you get us here. This wasn't the feel.
Roll the drink card out. It's time to serve the beverages on the Phillies flight of the 2025
and at
season.
the Truist.
We're not drinking yet. We got work to do. We'll talk to you on the afternoon show, 2 to 6 p.m., 97.5 The Fanatic and NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for watching, listening in. I want you to like, subscribe, do what you have to do to kind of stay on focus with us. Also, we also have plenty of other content that goes on here on YouTube. So go to that, like that, subscribe to that. And also you can catch us on the afternoon show, 2 to 6, Monday through Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia.